70s and 80s in the Carolinas, there was no greater name in wrestling than the National Wrestling Alliance. It's had many champions carry the 10 pounds of gold that you see right there, including Charlotte's own Ric Flair, and fresh from his 9th title defense, his current NAA champion, Nick Aldis, who's on a crusade to defend the belt around the world. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, so you wrestled last night.
Yes.
How are you feeling today?
Well, it's a little early for me, but honestly, at this point, I've already been in 3 different time zones in the last 2 weeks, so it's like you just get conditioned to be ready whenever you need to be.
How's your body feel though after wrestling?
Very good, actually. It was a pretty solid defense last night, nothing too crazy. So put my opponent away with the Kingsland Cloverleaf and ready to go this morning.
That's what you got to do, right?
Yes, sir.
So NWA, you're the main representative. You're the only representative of it.
Yeah.
What is it like, going out there representing this company?
Well, there's no other brand or organization in pro wrestling that has the lineage and the history that the NWA has. So it's obviously a tremendous amount of pressure to be in that lineage with Dory Funk and Jack Briscoe, Harley Race, Ric Flair, all these great names, Dusty Rhodes and so many others. But it's a good kind of pressure. It's the kind of pressure that, as a professional, that's what you want, because it brings out the best in you every single night.
How did you get into wrestling?
I broke in 2003 with the Knight family, who are quite well known in the UK. Their daughter is Paige in the WWE. They had a tough training camp, and I went through that, and then started doing some smaller shows, and then came over here and trained under Harley Race for a little while, and then just started making a name for myself until I was picked up and signed to a contract. And
what you guys were just watching is a video of your crusade that you're going on.
Yes.
Explain to us what that is.
All this crusade with the 10 pounds of gold.
Yes.
So the tradition of the NWA champion is that you travel the world and you take on all comers and you face the best representatives from the regional promotions and from the different countries. So far we already have 4 continents already confirmed for this year alone. 20+ challenges already confirmed in the next 3 months. I just got back from 2 weeks in the UK, which was great because, for me, I get to go back and show the fans and show the wrestlers in the UK that it can be done. And, I'm a 3-time world champion at this point, but this is the first time I've held the World's Championship, because to anyone who understands the history of the business, this is the World's Championship.
Does it ever get old, to keep going out there and winning and winning and winning?
No, never. Because I've lost enough.
Right.
In the early days, you understand the difference. So
right.
When you get to win, you get to take full advantage.
How many other matches? Do you have matches coming up?
My next defense will be next weekend now in Clarksville, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. So after that, I think Philadelphia, then China. So I mean, it's really varied, and that's why you have to be. The conditioning has to be there as far as being ready to tackle all these different time zones and different opponents and different settings and different environments. But that's lucky for me. I'm English. I'm sort of conditioned to being a stranger in a strange land.
Right.
At this point, I look at myself as a citizen of the world. I think that's why I'm such a good world champion.
What kind of training has to go into being able to go in there and fight? At
this point, it's like a cross between sort of some maintenance stuff as far as being able. It's what I call prehab. So it's making sure that you're ready to not, to try and avoid injuries more than to deal with them. But at the same time, we're still talking about aesthetics. You've got to have a nice physique, so you've got to take care of that, and you have to be able to go. I mean, Flair is the best example of someone who had the cardio to just go and go and go, because every single night, your responsibility is to be in the main event.
Right.
So you have to give the people what they came to see. You can't just phone it in and give them a few minutes and then get out.
Right.
So
exactly. All right. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And if you want to learn more about the NAA and follow Nick Aldis' crusade as champion, then follow him on Facebook as well as Twitter, and also check out that 10 pounds of gold series on YouTube. There it is. All right.
Right there.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Sweet Charlotte.